settle in, find a comfortable cross-legged seat. And when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes and just take a moment to feel your sitting bones here on the ground. Notice how the base of your body meets the floor. Notice what's maybe one side feels a little heavier than the other. And then as you begin to just naturally find that base of support in your body, I always like to think of the body like a house, right? We're housing the soul. And so just check in with the basement of your body, the first floor. And just feeling that good structural support beneath you. So we're going to work with balance today. So I want you to just begin to feel sometimes we connect with balance by feeling where we're more imbalanced, right? So you might feel one sitting bone heavier than the other. You might feel a little more open in either the front or the back of your body. And so in noticing where the imbalances are, we can begin to just self-organize and cultivate more balance. And you guys know this, but balance is dynamic. It's not about finding this perfect place. It's about finding the relationship of the opposites, right? And that's a continuous flow, it's a continuous dynamic, a continuous exploration. And once you begin to connect with that in your body, come to your breath, finding the in-breath and the out-breath. And taking a deep breath in. Breathing evenly into the back, front, and side. And then as you exhale, just allow the breath to flow outward. So we're not pushing or forcing anything. We're just simply becoming a little more aware. And as we come into the spring equinox time, right, where the light and the dark are balanced, they're equal. We start to bring our bodies into that place too. Maybe we've been a little imbalanced in the kapha, the earth element, the water earth element. We start to bring a little more lightness through spring. A little more air, a little more fire. So let's bring the hands together. We'll take a deep breath in. And a long, full breath out. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your face and jaw. And then we'll do one Om to begin our practice. Take a deep breath in. Om.
She froze. Do I leave?
Yeah, maybe you guys want to mute. And and you can always unmute if you have a question. So we'll gently bow the head towards the heart, release the hands. And then let's just do a little bit here to stimulate the element of fire. And just we're going to circle, find some spirals in the spine. So just circling, yeah, like how Kim, nice big ones. You can find little ones or nice big ones. And you want to bring that focus and attention into the base of the body. So like you're stoking that inner fire at the tailbone, base of the spine, hips. And then you can move your direction, switch directions. Yeah. So we work that element of fire Just to start our practice this morning, waking things up, moving the agni in the digestion. And then we'll slowly make our way back to neutral and maybe just doing a few cat-cow sitting. Exhaling and inhale, again, moving from the tailbone. And maybe they're just little movements and maybe they're a little bigger. And then we'll come back to neutral and let's make our way over onto our hands and knees, stretching open the palms of the hands. So we'll come knees apart. And again, take a breath here, softening the heart, and we'll again come into some cat cows, looking up, inhale and exhale. So we just think of this as a warm up in the spine. So find your own rhythm, inhaling. You can look in towards the navel and exhale, arch. And follow the waves of your breath, exhaling. Inhale, exhale, and 2 or 3 more. Listening to your breath, moving either more slowly or more rapidly, depending on what's needed in your body. And then a little side to side. And then let's come back to neutral and we'll stretch the left leg back and reach the right arm out in front. So we'll just come into our first balancing posture here. Yeah, and then just as you inhale slightly, just a gentle hugging and toning in towards the center with your leg and arm. And exhale, gently reach out through the bones. So just feel from the inside, lengthening. And one more deep breath in, hugging in, inhale. And then exhale, release. And we'll switch sides. Right leg comes all the way back. Inhale the left arm out in front. And take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling, hugging in. And exhale, radiate out through the toes, the fingers, opening up the palms and soles of the feet. You can even do a little ankle and wrist stretching here. Great. And then exhale, release. Great. Let's come into half dog puppy pose here to open up the shoulders. Stretch the arms out. Rest the forehead down and breathe. Nice long ujjayi breaths here. And exploring, staying curious inside, particularly the hips and pelvis, sitting bones, maybe moving a little side to side in your hips. And just come back to the sweet sound of your breath. So we're working both the physical and the subtle right here. And then we'll come back up to all fours and plant the hands evenly, creases of the wrists line up. We'll tuck the toes and slide back to downward dog. And just come into this first dog pose, feet a little bit wider than normal. With the knees bent, slide the hips back, slide the pubic bone back. And find that nice opening in your pelvic floor. Yeah. And then just play, see what it's like to be a little more on the right side of your body, right arm, right leg, a little more on the left. Yeah, balancing the two, left and right. Great, and then let's walk from here, the hands all the way back to the feet. And we'll go ahead and come into Uttanasana, forward bend. So yeah, I'm like you this morning, Kim, a little stiff. So if you're a little stiff, you're welcome to bend your knees and give the hamstrings a little bit of a break. Take a hold of your elbows. And we'll traction the spine, letting go of the head and neck, jaw. And just come into a deep, deep listening. And then finish your exhale all the way out. Let's bend the knees if they're not, and just roll up. So focus on pressing evenly into the four corners of the feet as you roll up, stacking the vertebrae all the way up. And then let's walk our way to the top of our mats, and we'll find Samastitihi, equal balance in the feet. So we want to bring the big toes together and the heels just maybe an inch or two apart, hands fold at the heart. And we'll just find this, sometimes this pose can feel kind of stiff. So we want to find the balance, right, of standing still in that sama, that equal standing. And then finding the softening here. So soften the shoulder, soften the back of the knees, the jaw and the throat. So there's a sweetness within the stability. And again, come back to your breathing. Inhale, a nice big, full, expanded in-breath. Following the exhale, riding that wave all the way out again, like a wave coming into shore. And then let's begin some sun salutations, opening the eyes. Inhale here. And exhale the arms down by our sides. Inhale, spin the arms, reach the arms up to the sky, and find that balance of pressing into earth and reaching into sky. And then turn the palms out and exhale, swim your way into Uttanasana, forward fold. And we'll inhale from here, hands to the shins, lift from the belly up to the heart, long spine. Exhale the left leg back into a lunge. Let's stay here a couple of breaths. Stay really light on the fingertips. And just start to move really slowly so you're sensing your way through the movement. Maybe finding some little spirals in the tailbone, the hips. And you might notice when you move a little more slowly that you can find that sort of wave-like movement in the spine up through the crown. Good. Take another deep breath in here. And then on the exhalation, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. And we'll find plank pose here for a moment. Lift the navel and soften the heart. So that balance really comes into play here, right? Of stabilizing and then softening. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, either knees down or straight legs, lower down to your bellies. And we'll come into the baby cobra. So just starting here slowly and moving slowly, like a moving cobra. We'll root the pelvis, root the pubic bone. And as you find that earth energy in the pelvis, you can start to feel the air. You can start to feel a little lightness come up. Right. Sometimes we have to push our way into the lightness. And then exhale, slide your way back, either coming into half dog or full dog. And then breathe here. Yeah. And stay curious inside your body. So feel the sensations of the muscles, maybe in the calves and hamstrings, the fascia opening up in the hands, out through the fingertips, and breathe into the sensations. That balance of engaging and surrendering. And take one more breath, inhale. And then on the out breath, we'll step the left foot forward. And again, stay light on your fingertips here. And then just take that first breath and surrender. So you might just soften into gravity a little bit here. Find the earth energy. The back of the neck softens, the spine. And we'll find some little spirals in the hips and pelvis. Relaxing into the jaw. Sweetness, balancing stability with sweetness. And then finish your next breath and slide the right foot forward, inhaling, lift, lengthen, extend. Exhale, a deep bow. Relax the jaw. And then plug those feet in. Inhale, slide your arms all the way up. Look to your thumb. And exhale, bring the hands right down the front, right to the heart center, and take a pause breath here. So in Ayurveda, they say that these seasonal transitions are so important for the health of our bodies that we pay attention, right? We take a pause. We maybe lighten up on our diet. We become a little more aware so that we don't go into those places of imbalance. So take a deep breath in and then let the eyes open again. Exhale. We're going to just move slowly. Inhale, sweep the arms wide and up, staying rooted. Exhale, feel the breeze as you come forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, slide your chest forward, heart open. Exhale, this time right leg back first. Let's bring the back knee down to the floor. And inhale, sweep the arms up to crescent lunge. And then take a bow, looking in towards the chest and open up your back ribs, your kidneys. So you're opening and connecting to the back of the body. And then don't lose that as you come into the front of the body. So there's this nice balance of feeling held in the back as you come forward. Inhaling, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Let's do a little twist here. Right hand down, left arm up to the sky. Feel free to use a block if needed. And take a few breaths here on the in breath. Open up the spine long. And as you exhale, turn to the side. And then release the hand and we'll slide back either to the knees or to plank pose, your choice. Inhaling, exhale, lower down, leading with your chest. Inhale, come right into Bhujangasana. One breath here, nice. Exhale, slide your way back, downward dog. And we'll take 5 Ujjayi breaths. Now we can start to feel like, oh, coming more and more into the body, right? The body, the muscles, the tissues warming up, becoming a little more fluid, less stiff, more fluid. So we start to connect into the element of water. Yeah, and breathing, the inner thighs move back and apart. And the tailbone starts to reach back and down. So opening up the whole back line of the legs to the heels. One more deep in breath. And then exhale, look up between your hands, step the right foot forward here. Back knee comes to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. So then we just come right into the pose with the awareness of the balance of front and back. The in breath, we open up the back. The out breath, opening up the front. Or whatever works for you. Inhale. And then exhale, bow forward, left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Eyes are soft. Inhaling. And exhale. Great. Release the hands down. Let's step all the way forward. Inhaling. Look up halfway. And exhale. Fold in. Uttanasana. Inhale. Lead with your heart. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Radiating. Look to your thumbs. And exhale. We'll come back to Samastitihi. Again, close the eyes and come back to the pause. So just start to become aware of your body in space, your body in relation to gravity, in relation to upward movement, right? The back, the front, the sides, the balance of the down and up. Great. So we'll do one more, Surya Namaskar. Let's go into the B position, and then we're going to go right into some balancing poses. So we're going to bend the knees and we'll slide the fingertips to touch the floor. And you want to stick your butt out pretty good here. Right? And then keep that awareness in your back, sink the hips, and inhale the arms up by your sides. And breathe. Look towards the thumbs if it's not too much in your neck. And we'll exhale a little deeper. And then inhale and exhale, fold forward. And coming into a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale. Let's just step right back to downward dog here. And then we'll walk the feet together. And inhale, reach your right leg to the sky, one-legged dog. So you want to pause here and hug like you're hugging a little golf ball between your inner thighs at the top. You want to hug that middle. Bend the knees and slowly open up the hip towards the sky. Try not to torque your shoulders as you do that. So keep the shoulders level as you reach back and open, and just play and feel. One more big breath in. And then on the exhale, step the right foot forward. Turn the back heel to the floor. And inhale, we'll come up to Vira 1, starting with the hands on the hips. I like to line up this pose before I get into it. So we want to rotate the back thigh in, come sink into this front foot. Ground and anchor the back foot. And then inhale from there, reach the arms up. So you may not get as vertical with that back thigh bone rolling in, but that's more important, okay? And keep anchoring the outer edge of your back foot as you look up. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, we'll bow forward. And let's step back, downward dog. So your choice, you can move through Vinyasa or just stretch it back here. And then when you've come back, we'll walk the feet together and bring the left leg to the sky, one-legged dog. So re-ground here. The root of the thumb and index finger pressing into earth. And then you can playfully feel your way through, opening your hip, rotate your thigh. Feel your way through the body. Yeah, one more breath. And look between the hands, exhale, step through. Turn the back heel to the floor. Come on up just halfway, hands on the hips for just a moment. Internally rotate the back leg as you ground the outer back foot. And once you have that anchor point, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Yeah. And feel your balance here. So, you know, all the little mechanics in the body, they're all really helpful, but at the end of the day, we want to be able to feel, right? Feel balance, feel that balance of grounding into earth, opening up to sky. The past bringing us into the present moment, which creates the future. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, and we'll slide our way back, downward dog. Beautiful. Great. And then let's step or hop our way up to the front of our mats. And inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Do a little shake with your head, forward, back, side to side. Letting go of any tension in your jaw. And then we'll bend the knees and inhale, sweep the arms up by the ears and exhale. And we'll come and swim back to our center line, bringing the hands to the heart. Just taking a moment of devotion. I always love to just come back, that deeper devotion. Kind of what we're doing in our practice today. Okay, so let's open the eyes and we'll we're going to do a series of balancing poses. So we'll start with the tree pose. We're going to bring the foot up either to the inner shin or inner thigh. Whoo. And just take a moment here balancing. Good, Kim. Hands fold at the heart. Yeah. So you want to just take a moment, embody this tree energy, the deep roots, the expanded branches, maybe even take the arms wide. So you can feel how dynamic balance is here, right? The ankle is constantly working to balance. Beautiful. Maybe even closing the eyes for the last couple of breaths or opening it up to a slight upper back bend. Yeah. The stronger you root, the more you can open. And then on the exhale, hands come to the heart. Good. And then we're going to go right into the eagle pose. So we'll cross the right leg around the left. And if you can, hook your toes. Don't worry about it if you don't. The left arm comes over top of the right here. Yeah. And I always like to start this pose by hugging in. So it's like all the winter energy, the kapha of the earth, right? We want to hug in to that, savor that inner. And then you start to slowly come up more vertical. Whew. And if you come out, no worries, you just make your way back in. Breathe deeply. Yeah, and soften. Find the balance of stabilizing and softening. Great. One more balance. Spread the arms wide. Release the leg right behind you. And we'll come into Dikasana, the airplane. So you might start to feel a lot in that left leg, especially around the ankle. Good. Inhale, come on up. And then we'll shake it out. Ooh. Maybe even moving the hips a little bit. Great. How are we doing? Everybody feeling good? Okay. So let's come to the other side. We'll stand on the right leg. Yeah. And then where are we? Tree pose. Bring the foot up into the groin. Yeah. And hands at the heart. So you want to press, right? Press the foot and thigh into each other. Root down, open up. And then if it feels good to you, stretch your branches out. Imagine you're just opening up and trying to catch one of those big snowflakes that were coming down last night. Good. And then hands gently come back in and we'll come right into the eagle. Right, wrapping the left knee around, hips are level here. And then this time, right arm comes over top of left and we pull inside. So there might be something really precious for you that you were able to connect with this winter season. And you want to bring it with you into spring. So then we just start to slowly unfold and breathe. Drop the tailbone to earth, open up the heart. Feel the lightness come through the upper body and spine. And then we're going to gently release arms and leg out to airplane. Yeah, a little more energy required in that standing leg for the balance. Beautiful. And then let's take the hands all the way down to the earth and we'll step back to downward dog and just shake and move it out here in down dog. Letting go of the head and neck and breathe. And then we'll come right down onto the knees into child's pose, knees apart, feet together. And we'll just take a moment of rest here. So this is the piece as we, transition out of winter into spring. We don't want to go too quickly, right? We don't want to jump into a huge cleanse, or we want to take our time. And you might feel days where you just want to come back into your bear cave and just rest and deepen and restore. And we'll take another couple of breaths. Last breath here. And exhale, and then inhale. Let's make our way back to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And take a nice full breath here and open up the palms of the hands so you can feel the center point of your hands and the center point of your feet opening. And then we'll walk up to the top. Good. And then you can either bend the knees to come up or come up with straight legs. And good. Let's grab our straps. So we're going to do one more standing balancing pose, which this pose I feel like always gets skipped over by me included. Used to do it all the time in Ashtanga, but then conveniently found my way to skipping it. So we'll take our strap around the ball of the foot, and you're just going to start here with that standing leg focus, right? So we want to focus on rooting down through the standing leg and opening up through the chest. And then you can take the leg straight and just see where you're at. So you might need more slack than you think. What we don't want to do is compensate, rounding the back and lifting that right hip just to get the leg closer, okay? More important to keep the hips level and the legs sturdy. Yeah, good. And then wake up the right foot, spread the toes, breathe, just feel. And then we'll take the leg about 45 degrees out. You can rest your left hand on your hip and gaze, start to gaze over to the left, breathe. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming back. Top of the left thigh bone moves back so the groin is soft. And then on the exhale, you can start to curl over, and that can mean like an inch. It doesn't matter. You just curl over, you just take a little bow. And then we'll inhale, good. Come up and you can release your strap. Just hold your leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Shake it out. Woo, good work, you guys. Yeah, you might even walk a little bit, shake it out. And then when you feel ready, come over onto the right leg and hook your foot in the strap and just take a moment to balance. So rooting down, so you can feel how when you go down with your energy, there's a lightness that comes up, and then straightening the leg. And you might find this side easier, maybe it's a little more challenging. Yeah, wake up the toes, the feet. So the body is also from winter in a little more hibernation, right? Maybe a little deeper place. So you're gonna just start to bring some wakefulness. Toes wake up. And then take your leg out to the side, maybe 45 degrees, look over to the right and find a little smile. Maybe even spreading your right arm out. So there's no right or wrong way to be in the pose. It's more about feeling the flow. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, take a gentle bow. Good, and then we'll release the strap, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's shake it out, maybe walk around a little bit. Just notice how you're feeling in your body right now. You can even then come back to that samastitihi and just stand still for a moment. Feel all the busyness settle as you stand still. Notice where you are in this moment. Maybe there's a feeling word. Let the tension from your shoulders drip and drop from your jaw. Maybe finding a little soft smile. Great. And then let's inhale, sweep the arms up, interlace the hands, and press the palms to the ceiling. And then in the exhale, fold forward and hang. Just give a little hang. Great. And then inhale, look up. And exhale, step. Let's step all the way back to downward dog. And then on the in breath, slide the chest forward, lower the hips. Exhale, knees to the floor or straight legs, lower down all the way to your bellies. Come into a full pranam, so arms are out in front. Rest your forehead down. And take a few breaths here just to be in that sort of devotional space, or dedication is a more relatable word probably. So what brings you back to your practice? Always nice to take a moment to connect with that. I was at a school meeting with Kim last night, and just, some of these teachers and educators, such dedication to helping the youth and the ones that are challenged in this world. And we all have our own version of what we're dedicated to. Maybe it's healing, maybe it's the earth, healing old patterns. Right. And then from here, let's just start with a cobra. So hands by the chest, inhale, coming up, and you might find you can come up a little higher now. Looping the shoulders back, maybe a couple circles here. Good. And then exhale, lower down, and let's come into the great sphinx. Yeah, so we'll come up onto our forearms. Forearms are parallel, and then take a softening in the heart and chest, melting the shoulders like ice cream back and down, or like all this snow is going to do probably in the next 2 days. Just feel that melting of the shoulders back and down, the heart opening as you come forward. And a couple of breaths here. Gaze and drishti down towards the tip of the nose, with a soft smile. And let's go ahead and bend our left knee here. Yeah. And then you're gonna come up you can turn your right forearm in a little, come up onto your right arm and take the foot with the left. And we hug in here a little bit, pull the heel down towards the outer hip. Yeah, feel that nice stretch in your quad. Breathe. Inner thighs hug in. And then you can actually, last breath or two, bring your gaze up to the right. And then release, and we'll switch. And take the right heel towards the outer right hip. Give that quad a nice little stretch. And in your last couple of breaths, bring the gaze up and over to the left, opening up that whole kind of right side, including the throat and palate. Beautiful. And then exhale, release, and we'll come right into Dhanurasana. So you might want to just move the hips a little side to side here. Bring those thighs, legs parallel to one another. Bend both the knees, and we'll take the tops of the feet and pause for a moment. So again, we want to stabilize the core, hug in, drop the tail towards the earth, and then inhale, lift the head and chest, legs and feet. Don't worry about how far you get off the floor. In fact, this pose for me has become a little more challenging to come up. And so I more work the hugging in and the pressing of the feet back. And then the gaze is down, smile, one more breath or two. And then on the exhale, release, stack the hands and rest your head to one side and just breathe. Just enjoy the breath. And exhaling all the way out. So anything you want to drop and release in your body, in your practice today, just let it go. And then let's make our way back onto hands and knees. So I'd love to do a dolphin and then make our way right into a headstand today for balance. So let's come hands clasped together. Elbows are about shoulder width apart. Whoa, that was loud. And we'll just start by letting the chest come forward until you feel the weight in your forearms evenly balanced. Melt and soften the heart. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Yeah, and then you'll decide if you want to walk in or out a little bit to find that balance in the forearms. And then come into that sweet spot, right? Of balancing the forearms, softening and melting the heart. And the shoulder blades are hugging onto the back, melting down. And then breathe, just breathe into the sensation. Meet it with your breath. A little soft smile on the face. One more big inhalation. Nice long extended exhale. And then we'll bring the knees back to the floor. Take a moment of child's pose. Great. Okay. So let's come on up and we're going to make our way to headstand. And I just want you all to know you can do a variation if you're not inverting today. I don't invert, even though I don't have my moon anymore. I think it's counterintuitive to go upside down. So you can, if that were the case for you, you can come back into a modified headstand. Okay. Otherwise, we'll come back to that tripod. Take the head to the floor, back, cupping the hands on the back of the skull. And then lift the knees and hips and walk in. So you'll start here. This is a modified version. Okay. Now, if you want to go a little further, you can do a little bunny hop and come here. Sorry about that. And then if you want to go all the way, you're going to start to slowly extend the legs. And stretch up through the feet. And okay, somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Mm-hmm. Are you okay? I didn't see it. Did you fall out? Did you go backwards?
No, I actually have an injured foot, so I'm not going up.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't fall. I just don't have a good camera angle. No.
Val, I think it was Val that, did you go over? Okay, everything's okay.
Oh. Yeah, I did. I was so close to balancing so many times. I decided to push it a little further and then I went straight over. You have it on recording. You can watch it later.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine. I knew where I was going. I was like, okay, soft landing.
Good. All right. So I think that does it for today with the headstand, with all the little dinging and all that. So let's come into one last child's pose, and then we'll come onto our backs. Ooh. Oh, good. And then from there, you're going to lie down on your backs and hands on the belly. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet parallel to one another. And just take some deep, long ujjayi breaths. So just another breath or two, and then we'll do a couple more poses and into Shavasana. Great. So from here, I'm going to come into the fish pose and we'll stretch our legs out in front and then tuck the hands under that crease right where the buttocks meet the hamstrings. Press into the elbows and lift up. So open the chest. And this can be your fish pose. If you have any stuff in your neck, you can always bring your head forward. Otherwise, keep floating the chest as the head comes back. And then the final pose is to lower your head and walk your elbows and hands out. So you find that variation that works best in your body. You can take Jnana Mudra, thumb and index finger touching as the palm opens. And slow your breath down. My favorite thing is to come into some of these poses and just go slow and meet the breath. Not about getting anywhere or achieving, it's just about being with the body in a new shape. And then to come out, we tuck the hands under, lift the head, look at the toes, and then lie back and just enjoy. Open the palms, the feet. Listen to your breath. Be with your body opening, the energy flowing through your body. So we start to feel all those channels opening in the body. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest and give a little squeeze. You can roll side to side to massage the lower back. And the last pose I thought we could do is bridge pose. And I want to give you guys some variations. You can do regular bridge, you can do supported bridge, lower or higher on the block. Or if you want to do another inversion, you can lift the legs up for Viparita Karani. Okay, so just see which one resonates for you today. Yeah, good. Beautiful. We'll take a couple minutes wherever you are. Just receiving the breath. And if your legs, wherever you are, you want to just have enough energy through your legs so they're really balancing in the hip joints. But you're not overworking the legs in any way. Balance of the effort and the surrender. So how much effort is needed? This is such a great metaphor in life. Most of us either over effort or under effort. What's the needed amount for this particular circumstance? And last few breaths. And we'll make our way all the way out. Yeah. And just coming back to knees into chest. Give yourself a warm, loving hug. Great. And then we'll find our way back into Shavasana. So you can gather if you need an extra piece of clothing or a blanket or any support under your knees or head. Go ahead and gather that. Mhm. So just make any adjustments that you need to make for Shavasana. Rolling the shoulders gently back. So there's a feeling of lightness up through the heart space. Start to feel that hope of spring and change and rebirth. At the same time, there's a real sense of connection within, deep gift that winter brings. Start to let go of your breath, any tension around your face, in particular your cheekbones, the inside of the jaw and mouth. Allow the skin on the back of your skull to soften. And see if you can deeply surrender your body to gravity in this moment. Feel that deep sense of support, love from the earth. Allow the eyes to sink back into their socket. Simply feel the layers releasing, softening. Let's make our way back slowly through some deeper breaths. Breathing all the way into the feet.
Just starting to wiggle and move and shift. Stretching the arms overhead. Give yourself a nice, big, full body stretch. Just keep that deeply nourishing energy within your body as you move. Good stretch. And then we'll roll to the side and make our way up to sitting. My hands at the heart space here. Just take a moment to come back to your deeper sense of devotion, dedication. May we find that balance between our daily physical lives and our deep connection to spirit. May we integrate and find that relationship between the two as we move into our day and the equinox. We'll bring the thumbs to the third eye and take a gentle bow. Namaste.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, guys. Good practice together, huh? Thanks for being here. Enjoy the beautiful spring snow.
Yeah.
Happy house hunting too.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to look at a house, so I'll keep you guys.
Oh my gosh. Wow, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Be well. Thank you.
Blessings.